You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, pet lovers. This is Michelle Fern, host of Best Bets for Pets. And this next show is for all those cat parents. Something near and dear to your hearts. Well, maybe not your hearts, but you're going to want to hear about this because it deals with what do we need to do with our lovely cats all the time. Change the litter. And what don't we like? The weight and the smell. We'll be right back. We have a great show. Stay tuned.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome! Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce Shekinah Eliassan. She is the brand manager for Fresh Step. Welcome.
Thank you, Michelle, so much. I'm really happy to be here.
Now, I am so excited because you have a new product, Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme, that is very different from regular Fresh Step. What's the difference?
Well, yes, we're really thrilled about this new product. So it is a lightweight product. We have spent a ton of time with research in our litter lab trying to identify the perfect balance of a product that both continues to deliver on our best odor control as well as being lightweight. So I think you know that litter is a heavy, heavy product, and it's quite a drag to bring it upstairs when you get home. And we've developed a product that's 30% lighter, but still delivers on really strong odor control. In fact, it's our best odor control of all of our products.
Well, I'm sure all the cat parents listening out there are going, hallelujah, wonderful. Because, you know, if you have a cat, you have to have cat litter. And one of the things that you want to make sure of that is most important is that odor control, because, you know, otherwise you're going to have a smelly house. And who wants that? Fresh Step's good already, but how did you even improve on it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have spent a lot of time trying to deliver on the perfect mix. So in a litter, there's a lot of different things. You want to have very strong odor control. You want to have small amount of tracking, small amount of dust, and most of all, really delight on the cat and the families who are using the product. So we spent a lot of time, a lot of iterations, and we landed on a proprietary technology to help bring a 30% lighter product that still has incredibly strong odor control, in fact, better than our current. And we're really thrilled. This is really going to change people's lives.
Well, I'm all for odor control in cat litter, and the lightweight is a nice addition. Was it difficult to make it lightweight and still make the odor control even stronger?
Well, you know, it didn't come easy. It's taken us a few years to really figure out how to crack the code and how to get the right balance. Also, as you know, with cat litter, it's really important for the product to clump well. And as you try using different formula, different technology, sometimes there's a trade-off on clumping, but we really put our hand down and said we cannot give up on clumping, we cannot give up on odor. And so it did take us a few years to find the right balance, and we're just really excited that it's on the market now. It's in stores. It's been out since September in, you know, mass channels, Target, Walmart, grocery, pet channel. Really, really hope people will go out and give it a try and find that it's less to carry and still really strong odor control and clumping.
Now, we talk about less to carry and why that's so important. So in case any non-cat listeners are listening that are thinking about getting a cat, or maybe are thinking, well, I have a dog, what is this about cat litter, but just want to know about it. We all know that cat litter can be really heavy. How did you make it lightweight? I mean, is it more than a convenience? I mean, is it better for the cat that it's lightweight?
So the lightweight really is for the folks who are getting the product from the shelf, putting it in the back of their car, carrying it home, up the stairs, in and out. It's the schlepping, right, situation that we're trying to help improve. And we have a proprietary technology. The ingredients themselves, we've used a different type of technology in the product to actually be able to make it 30% lighter. We've got all kinds of different folks in the litter lab developing the formula, and they've come forward with this new concept that allows us to, again, bring excellent clumping, better odor control, and 30% lighter. So it's really an exciting advancement in technology.
And the other great thing is that there's so many cat lovers and cat parents that live in apartments and condos because it's easier to have a cat in an apartment or condo than a dog. And there you go with having to lug cat litter that weighs a ton up stairs and elevators. And you're right, all that schlepping. So kudos for Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme.
Thank you very much. We're excited.
So you have something else exciting. What is the Million Meow Mission?
Yes, we do. So we also are launching something very exciting. As you said, it's called the Million Meow Mission. And Fresh Step is on a mission to help shelters find loving cats for homes, one scoop at a time and one cat at a time. Fresh Step has a very long history of working closely with supporting shelters nationwide, and this program can be tapped into by folks in three ways. You can get involved by donating your paw points to the shelter of your choice by going to freshstep.com. And for those of you who don't know what paw points are our loyalty program. Inside a box of every Fresh Step, there's a code, and you just open the box, find the code, and can go to freshstep.com to enter your code. And with this program, this Million Meow Mission, you can go to freshstep.com and enter your code to donate your paw points to your local shelter. Another way you can get involved is you can donate your scoops of litter to your local shelter by using paw points. And thirdly, you can enter the 3rd annual Cat Dance Film Festival and help Fresh Step celebrate our Million Meow moments by submitting a film into our Cat Dance Festival. So those are three ways that people can get involved in our Million Meow mission, all again with the goal of putting cats into forever homes.
Well, that's a great mission. That's great because there are so many. I think there's more homeless cats than dogs because of how they breed and because there's so many cats that are outdoors, that are outdoor, or become feral and just can't be caught. And then you have babies and more babies and more babies. So, it's a great mission. So wonderful.
I can tell you there are actually about 4 million cats in need of homes every year. And so we are partnering with ASPCA to help find homes for these cats. And through our work so far, the Million Meow Mission has just launched, and we already have 500 shelters who have actively participated in this program. And we have almost 500,000 paw points that have been donated to shelters. So we're really excited with how this has kicked off, and we encourage people to go to freshstep.com to learn about how they can support their local shelters and also help cats find loving homes.
Now, the third thing you mentioned the Cat Dance Film Festival. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, you did. Cat Dance Film Festival, that's right. This is our 3rd annual Cat Dance Film Festival. Would you like me to tell you a little more about it?
Yes. Everybody's probably thinking, okay, I heard the other things, the paw prints, okay, I get that, but cat dance, what is that?
Okay, so we call Cat Dance Park City's furriest celebration of independent film. So this is going to be our 3rd year. We're going to be at the Sundance Film Festival, and we're going to be accepting submissions of original short films. These can be up to 4 minutes, and short films up to 15 seconds that star cats. So we're asking people to create their own cat videos, essentially, and submit them into these different categories. And then we'll be selecting a winner that will be shown at the Cat Dance Festival at Sundance in January.
Oh, that's too fun. That's great. Now, where can people find out more?
They can always go to freshstep.com and look for Cat Dance. It's very easy to navigate, and there's a bunch of information there about submissions, about rules, about the deadline. But really, another exciting thing, again, with our mission of really supporting cats and shelters is we're asking people to feature a shelter cat in the videos, again, to give these lovable creatures a little bit more airtime and visibility. So again, go to freshstep.com, look for Cat Dance, and people can find out everything and more that they need to know about submitting. And who knows, they may be a lucky person that makes it to Sundance with us in January.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Now, let's talk about, I think the mission is great. The cat on my test crew, the Dennis, as we call him affectionately around here, you know how like the Donald, the Dennis, because he thinks he's the king. So he was a stray that found us. We opened the door, he walked in, and he said, I'm here, and he stayed. So he was just a cat in the area that was just left behind somehow. So I think it's great that you're doing all of this to support rescues and shelters because they need the help. And there's just, like you said, 4 million cats out there. So I'm thrilled that Fresh Step is going behind this and doing all this. And I also wanted to get back because Dennis had no troubles transitioning to the Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme at all. For all the cat parents that are listening, are they sensitive to different types of cat litter, or is Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme just very easy for cats to use? It won't bother them or anything like that?
That's a really good question. So, of course, in all of our testing, like I said, we put a lot of thought and energy and resources into delivering the perfect product. And, of course, we test this to make sure that there will be no cat issues with this product. So I'm happy to say that, nope, people can feel very comfortable trying the product, bringing it home, and letting their cat use it. And I know that a lot of people worry that there's going to be a trade-off. If they get this lightweight product, well, then what is it not going to do for them? And I just want to re-articulate that this is actually our best odor control product, and the clumping strength is very good. So people don't need to feel worried that they're going to trade off something by bringing home a lightweight product. And again, we've tested this, and we feel confident that the cats will enjoy it as well.
Well, the Dennis loved it. It was great for controlling odor, and Dennis is a fat cat. So all you cat parents out there, he has a lot going on to make sure that the odor control is good. So it works fantastic. It didn't bother him at all, no transition, and it really worked for the smell. It was great, fantastic. So
perfect. Love hearing that. Thank you so much.
So, Shekinah, where can people find out more about Fresh Step and also about the Million Meow Mission?
Absolutely. So really the best place to go is freshstep.com, and then you'll see different ways to navigate, but you'll be able to find a call out for the Million Meow Mission, our products, as well as the Cat Dance Film Festival contest. Again, freshstep.com is really the place to go, and you can learn a lot more, and we look forward to having some more entrants to our Cat Dance and also more people donating their paw points to our programs.
Okay, wonderful. So, Shekinah, I think it's great that, Fresh Step has such a great history with improving things for, pet parents, for the cats with the Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme, and the Million Meow Mission is wonderful. Fresh Step has a long history of doing a lot of supporting for cats and cat parents and all of that. Tell our listeners a little bit more about that, please.
Sure, I'd love to. So Fresh Step has worked with hundreds of thousands of shelters every year for many, many years now, and we've gone to them to understand how else we can help build advocacy and help find cat homes. And this idea of Million Meow Mission really came from them. So we're really excited to leverage this history that we have with shelters and also with ASPCA to bring the Million Meow Mission to life and to really help cats find loving homes. So we're very excited about this program.
Well, it's wonderful, and I just think it's great to support all the shelters and all you do, all Fresh Step does to, support the homeless cats, the cats that have wonderful homes, and the cat parents.
Well, thank you, Michelle. We really love your show, and we're really happy to be here, and we'd love to come back and chat anytime you'd like. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Oh, that was so wonderful to hear about all the great things that Fresh Step is doing with their Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme product, which works fantastic. The Dennis loved it. I loved it because I did not have to smell the Dennis in his cat litter box, so I was thrilled with that. And I love the Million Meow Mission and the cat dance. How cool is that? And you can donate your paw points and help all these shelters. What a great idea, you know? You can find out more, listeners, and all you cat parents out there and want to make a film of your cat, maybe get over to the Sundance Film Festival. That would be really cool, huh? You can find out more if you go to this segment of the episode. Then there'll be a little bit of more information on Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme, a link to the website, and a picture of the product. And I would like to thank the dentist for doing such a great job of testing out Fresh Step Lightweight Extreme. He did a good job of that. And and thanks so much to all my listeners. I'd like to thank my producer, Mark Winter, for making myself and my guest sound fantastic. He does really help us out. And I'd like to thank all my listeners for listening and thank my guest. She was wonderful. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be right back with another great show.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to Communicate with Animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises and method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit PetLifeRadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's All Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, pet parents. This is Michelle Fern, host of Bets for Pets on Pet Life Radio. Okay, who does not love fruit? And guess what? Our fur babies love fruit too, and it's good for them. I'd like to introduce David DeLorenzo. He is the president of Fruitables. Welcome, David.
Well, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it.
So, for everybody that's listening that might not know, what is Fruitables?
Well, Fruitables is a fantastic line of treats and supplements, primarily for dogs, but our supplements are good for dogs and cats. And we base them with the wonderful bounty of nature's fruits and vegetables. That's how we got the name. Most of our treats are made primarily with fresh pumpkin or fresh sweet potato as the first ingredient, and that's all that are in our supplements, along with some fortification of some essential nutrients for pets.
Now, I just tested with the test crew your watermelon Skinny Minis. How did that come about?
That's a great question. The watermelon Skinny Minis was something that we had been playing around with a concept on for a little while. When we looked at flavors, which is what Fruitables is all about, having a wide variety of flavors, textures, and aromas for pet parents and their furry friends, is that there really wasn't a watermelon treat in the marketplace. And at shows and consumer events, people always come up to me and say, well, you know, my dog absolutely loves watermelon. So when we did the research on it, the only watermelon treats were baked cookie-style treats in the shape of a watermelon slice with some red frosting and little black seeds frosted onto the top of the treat. And that really didn't seem right for dogs that love fresh aroma of watermelon and the taste of that cool, yummy summer treat. So we took our base Fruitables Skinny Minis recipe, which is 2.5 calories. It's chewy, it's delicious, and added real watermelon juice and natural flavor to it and came up with these treats. And when we tested them, they just tested to the roof. Everybody loved them. Originally, they were going to be a limited time only summertime treat, but as we got the reaction to it, people were just amazed by them when we were showing them to customers. And so we decided to make it the cool treat you can have all year long. So in the middle of wintertime, you can still have a wonderful summertime delight of watermelon.
Yeah, I like that idea because I know that we had talked prior to the show about it just being summertime only, but I live in a place where there's really no seasons. It's summer all time, so lucky me for sorry for those guys that have snow to shovel in a few months. But yeah, I know that watermelon for us is seasonal, but for a lot of flavor type products, it's still out there. And I have to tell you, the test crew is made up of very picky Mr. Z. Okay, he's so picky. He's the pickiest. My listeners know every time there's a food product, I talk about how picky he is. No joke. I mean, he's a larger dog too. He's 50 pounds. He's a border collie mix. And you wouldn't think he'd be picky. Now, Nicky the Havanese, he eats anything. He's like a vacuum. So now, Dennis, I didn't try it with the cat because he's on a special diet, but I did let him sniff it. He sniffed it. He licked at it. I don't think he got to where he could chew it. They're a little bit too big, I think, for him because that's another story. But, I put it in front of them and they smelt it and they were like, I don't know. These are dogs that they go crazy for any kind of like a beef-based treat. They like vegetables and fruits, but, some of the fruit treats, they've been a little hesitant. So I wasn't sure what to expect. So I tried them with the treat. I tried a few other testers that loved them, so I was pretty optimistic. And at first, Mr. Z sniffed it and he goes, what is this? And then he went and gobbled it up. And I thought, oh my God, that's a good sign. So I figured 2.5 calories. I'll give him another one. I'll make sure I wasn't just seeing things. Gave him another one. Gobbled it up. And Nicky did the same thing. He sniffed it first. It was like checking it out. What is this? It's not meat. It's something different. And they both loved it. And if it gets past Mr. Z, who's probably one of the pickiest dogs ever, every dog will love it. It's the Mr. Z test. There was a cereal commercial on television a long time ago. If Mikey likes it, if Mr. Z likes it, we're good to go. Any dog will like it. I don't know what you put in it or the flavors, but they were just nuts over them.
That's really nice to hear. We appreciate that. And that was one of the reactions that we kept hearing over and over again. And, with our pumpkin-based recipe and natural watermelon juice and natural watermelon flavor, it just seems to resonate. But the dogs will always inspect it first because it's so unusual to them. They're not sure, because they know what a piece of watermelon, the dogs that eat watermelon, knows kind of like it's a cube and it's soft and wet. And so I think it's a discovery, and then once they discover it, their behavior changes. My own grand dogs, they immediately sit down and try to do their pleasing behaviors to try to get a treat when we play with them and have the Fruitables. The other really neat thing about these treats, you mentioned that you have a border collie, so it's a larger dog. This is a 2.5 calorie treat. It might be a little bit small in diameter, but the larger dogs love it. You can feed them out of your hand, but what we like to do is throw them on the ground and watch them bounce and watch the dog scatter and chase after them. So it's almost like you've got a treat and a toy in one for a very reasonable price.
Well, I didn't have them make him work for it, but what I like, with even though it's small, is that we've done a lot of shows on Pet Life Radio, and I've had a lot of guests, and they just say that the dogs for a treat need the taste because they gobble it up, whether it's a big, huge, long treat or if it's a small treat. They really just need the taste,
That makes sense.
And,
yep.
And even though it's small, I like that it's low calorie because Mr. Z's not a young pup. He's, 9.5 almost. So I like to watch his calories and make sure that, he's not eating a lot of just calorie stuff. But I also like the fact that the watermelon Fruitables, they're a softer treat, and I think that holds the flavor better than sometimes some of the baked treats don't always hold good flavor.
Sure, and that's one of the things we specialize in is making sure that we make treats that do hold the flavor naturally. And, we're really excited to bring that kind of product to the marketplace.
But is there truth in that? I mean, dogs have very sensitive, noses. I don't know about how their palates are. So are they, for some of the baked treats, the test crew really, they stick their nose up. Not all. Some of them they love, but most of the time they like the softer ones the best.
Every dog is different. That's what's neat about this, too, because we do offer a wide variety of textures. And so your crew is very typical from the standpoint of, they sniff things, and some things they like, some things they don't. We see that a lot, and that's why we offer such a wide variety of products in flavors and textures. So I think, although you do have a very picky dog, they're very typical of what we've seen in talking to consumers and store owners throughout the country.
Well, I like also the fact that there's fresh ingredients and, healthy ingredients in the product. What besides the Fruitables, besides we're talking a lot about the watermelon, and you mentioned you have other types of items in the line, what other types of products do you have?
Sure. Well, in the treat range, we do have the soft and chewy ones you talked about. We make crunchy baked treats, both with pumpkin and fruit flavors like banana, apple, blueberry. We also make just launched a line of Fruitables Greek, which are treats with Greek yogurt. Those are crunchy baked treats as well. And the most popular human Greek yogurt flavors like coconut, strawberry, and vanilla. We make a line of whole jerky products, which are USA-made jerky products with premium proteins, no nitrates added. So there's things like bacon, bison, chicken, duck, and Alaskan salmon. And then finally, in our can lineup, the supplements I mentioned earlier, these are canned supplements with pumpkin or sweet potato, and they cover a different variety of things. We have our Fruitables Switch, which is a food transition supplement. So let's say somebody wants to try a new food that they've been really looking forward to trying, and maybe they don't have their old food, and changing a dog's or a cat's food can be kind of tricky because their digestive systems become accustomed to one type of protein and fat, and when you change that, it takes their systems, several days to adjust to it, resulting in diarrhea, nausea, constipation, a number of different things as their bodies try to adjust to the new food. Our Fruitable Switch product is a plain pumpkin blend that you feed at a 30% replacement with the new food, and you can get into that food 5-6 days with very little upset, very smooth transition, so to speak, and it's a wonderful product. We also make fortified supplements, so we have 2 digestive supplements, one in pumpkin and one in sweet potato, which have things like choline chloride, calcium carbonate, B vitamins, and then apple pomace, tomato pomace, and spinach, which are wonderful sources of insoluble fiber. These supplements help anytime a person's pet has a temporary digestive upset, whether it is nausea, diarrhea, constipation. Again, this can be supplemented at a 10% of what the food is being fed. As soon as you see a symptom, the product will start to work right away in equalizing their digestive tract and getting them back to normal quickly. That's a wonderful product. It comes in a can, and it freezes well. It'll keep in the refrigerator for 7 days once it's open. And a lot of people just keep it on hand and feed it on an ongoing basis because it tastes so good, and it helps the pet get through any digestive upset that they might have. And then the final product is a proven weight loss supplement. Same kind of concept. It's fortified so that there's complete and balanced nutrition when it's fed with the food. A lot of times you're cutting back on food or feeding a light food to a pet while they're on a diet. You need something in there to help keep them satiated when they eat their food. And so our weight loss supplement does that. It has fiber, it has essential nutrients that help them keep complete and balanced. And by using it as directed, you can expect your pet to lose up to 2% of their body weight per week. Once you get them down to a normal weight, that's the good target for them, then you can feed it on an ongoing basis at a 10% inclusion, and they should be able to keep their weight at a healthy level. Great for their joints, great for the respiratory system, helps them enjoy a much higher quality of life, and hopefully, a much longer life. But you can't ever guarantee what's going to happen with a pet.
Too bad that's not available. I could think of some people that could do well with that. And and also, is it available for cats?
Yeah, the supplements in cans work equally well on dogs and cats. The wonderful thing about cats that we hear from many, many owners is that when they feed the fiber supplement, so when they feed that, it really helps them with the hairball situation. And so that's kind of a neat thing. We haven't done any clinical testing for that, but we get a lot of anecdotal compliments from people that say, oh my God, this has really been very helpful with my cat's hairball situation. So yes, the cats can eat it. The cats are, carnivores, so having a little fiber and pumpkin in their life is okay. They may not, some cats may be pickier than dogs from a palatability standpoint, but by and large, in small quantities, it does wonders for cats as well as dogs.
Well, I'm going to have to check with my vet because the Dennis is on a special diet, but he loves to eat. I've never seen a cat chow down like this cat. So I'm going to have to check with my vet and see if he could use that supplement because of his diet restrictions. But, even with diet restrictions, he still chows down.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that he's got a healthy appetite.
We have to keep him away from the dog food. He's a smart one. He rips open the bags and everything, and it opens up cupboards. You can't keep anything away from him. So
cat behavior.
He's a sneaky one. But what great products you have. And I wanted to get back. I don't have anything against baked treats or crunchy treats. I just think some dogs, like you said, are pickier than others because Mr. Z, there's some that he loves, but he's not into the crunchy stuff. And I wish he was because it's better for dogs' teeth, I hear.
Well, crunchy treats do provide an abrasion when they are crunching it, and which gives a scraping activity on the teeth and on the enamel. And so generally they are, especially when you feed it with plenty of water to wash it down. And we actually have a very unique crunchy treat coming out just for the holidays. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's the Fruitables Snowflake treat.
Oh, wow. Nope, I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, this one is based on our Fruitables Vanilla Greek yogurt treat, and what we did that was special was we went up into Colorado in the Crested Butte area and sustainably harvested snow and put it in big blue barrels, brought it down to, out of the mountains, and used that in making the treats. So we say there's real snowflakes in every treat, and there's based on the calculation of what a snowflake weighs, we estimate that every pouch with treats in it has probably about 300 unique snowflakes in it. It's going to be a limited time product only. It's starting to ship to retail stores now, and it's got a wonderful vanilla cookie taste. It's only 9 calories per treat. It is a crunchy texture, and perhaps if your dog is picky, this is a flavor that might really turn them on. And definitely you'll like the packaging just because it's so doggone cute.
You guys are amazing. I mean, I have to look for this snowflake treat, and because that sounds like I want to go run and get it. I would love if they would like Greek yogurt. I would love to, I just like to give my dogs whatever they can, natural type treats or whatever they can eat that's healthier for them. For the most part. And, they like do some fruits and vegetables just straight on, but that's not always good for their digestive system. So I do restrict that. I don't give them a ton of those. But for the convenience and everything, I love treats that are made with these types of products. They just sound wonderful.
Well, we try to do that, make it wonderful for the pet and wonderful for the pet owner to feed just because of the aroma and the taste. And I'm glad that at least with the CHEWY treats that your crew is liking them, so that's wonderful.
Well, they only tried the watermelon, and they were nuts about it. So I think they're going to be nuts about any Fruitable product. I just think they're made differently than a lot of other treats that are out there. They sound terrific, and I'm going to go get some. So where can our listeners that are listening and me where can we find Fruitables?
Sure, you can find Fruitables at most independent pet stores in your area, and then the regional chains in different parts of the country that have more than one store. Many of them have the Fruitables treats. There are a select number of your Petco and PetSmarts that have treats as well, but that varies by location. By and large, it's mostly in the independent pet stores throughout the country.
Okay, and where can listeners find out more about Fruitables?
Sure, you can go to www.fruitablespetfood.com, and there we have product information. We have a video on the whole snowflake harvest that we did on those snowflake treats I was talking about. And then there's a retail store locator as well as an online store locator for people that want to go and find where they can buy our treats.
So, David, I'd like to thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling my listeners, all the fur baby parents out there, fur baby grandparents, fur babies that are listening, about your wonderful Fruitable product line. Thank you so much.
Well, Michelle, thank you for having me. I really appreciate that and your testing of our treats. And I also appreciate all your listeners that are buying Fruitables now, and hope that some more listeners that don't know about us have a chance to get out there and try some of our product. It's wonderful to be able to carry this message of healthy, natural treats to everybody.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank David from Fruitables for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling us all about his great product line. Okay, listeners, you have to go to Fruitables and see that snowflake video. It's amazing. I cannot believe they made a treat with snowflakes, actual snowflakes. That's so cool. It's so cool. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening. I'd like to thank my test crew, Mr. Z and Nikki. They love the Skinny Mini watermelon treats. I know they're going to love the snowflake treat as well. I can't wait to get one of those and have them try it. And I'd like to thank all my listeners for listening to Best Bets for Pets, where there's a lot of shows. If you've just started listening, you can download past shows. We have a lot of great information on our shows too. You can find them on PetLifeRadio.com. Go to Best Bets for Pets. We're on iTunes, Nokia. We're on Livestream at iHeartRadio. We're on so many places. And if you missed where a little bit of info on the Fruitables, you can always go to our website for all the shows. For every show, we always have a blurb of information about the product, a picture, and a link to the website. And the same is true for Best Bets for Pets. It's for all the Pet Life Radio shows. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate it so much. I'd like to thank my Mark Winter, my producer, for making me and my guests sound great, and for my super fantastic fur baby audience, for all the pet parents out there, all the animal lovers, and everybody who's just likes listening to Pet Life Radio, Best Bets for Pets. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thanks a lot. And keep listening. There's a lot of great new products coming out there, and we will be talking about them on Best Bets for Pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.